Hey y'all, it's me back again with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about Mufasa, the Lion King, because I finally watched it. It is now April. This movie came out, I believe, in December of 2024. It's April of 2025. I did want to see it when it first came out. I didn't get the chance to, and I wanted to see it in the theater, and honestly, I'm happy that money was not wasted watching this movie in theaters. I watched it on streaming on Disney Plus. And listen, I absolutely love The Lion King. The Lion King is one of my all-time favorite movies, like Lion King, Lion King 2, Lion King 1.5. Like, I knew all of those songs and still do know all of those songs in and out as a child, right? I even know some of the lines, like word for word. Like, I used to do the voices for the characters in the songs and throughout the movie. Like, I absolutely adore The Lion King. And so when Mufasa was announced, like it's going to be a backstory of Mufasa, I was kind of excited, but also a little bit because let's be honest, the live action Lion King, in my opinion, was not the best. It didn't look the best to me. I didn't necessarily enjoy the singing or the acting or the new songs that was put in it. I don't know if it was one song or two, I'm not sure, but whatever it was, I remember not really enjoying it. However, overall, I don't think it was like a terrible movie. I think what killed it was that it was live action. And of course it has to be because it's just a remake of the first one. But anywho, this being live action kind of also threw me off. Also because the first live action Lion King just didn't look good. However, I will say that in terms of speaking about the things that were okay about this movie, I will say they definitely improved on the CGI. The characters, the facial expressions of the animals, because it's live action, but it's not really. You could see them emoting more. You could see the emotions on their face more. So I appreciated that a little bit. It did definitely look different than the first movie. There were some funny moments here and there. But I wouldn't say laugh out loud funny. It was just like moments that like made me chuckle, like that was kind of cute, or that was kind of funny. But it wasn't like actually like really funny. Like when I watch Lion King and I hear the stuff that some of the characters say, whether it's Scar or the hyenas or whatever, like those things actually made me like laugh. And like honestly, like I could watch that movie today and watch it next week and it'll make me laugh the same way, honestly. But with this movie, it wasn't really like that. But we're talking about things that were positive, so let me say I'm positive. Also, I think another positive, I did like the scenery. I have a negative to say about the scenery, but I thought overall the scenery of it looked cool. Like it looked interesting. I enjoyed the voice actors for I can't remember what the main villains, like the White Lion. I can't remember what his name was in the movie, but I enjoyed the voice actor for that line, and I enjoyed the voice actor for Taka / Scar. I also thought he could really sing. I thought the singing was fine in terms of voice. I thought the singing was fine for the characters overall throughout the movie. Trying to think of another positive, but if it comes to mind, I will come back around to speaking about the positives. Anyways, moving on to the negatives because there's quite a few. I'm gonna start with the music because the music was a big thing for me in Lion King, as I'm sure it was for a lot of other people, just aside from the storyline, especially for kids and, you know, even adults. I thought the music in the original movie was phenomenal. Lion King 2, I also loved it. I know that some people are like, you know, don't think that the movie and the music in Lion King 2 was as good. And I could see why, but I thoroughly enjoyed the music in both of those movies. The music in Mufasa, I did not enjoy at all. I found myself wanting to skip over every single song in this movie, either because it was just boring or I don't know, like I couldn't bear it. Like I really genuinely did not enjoy it. There was a song, I don't remember, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember any of these songs. They're not memorable at all to me. They sound, they don't have this a Lion King sound. It sounds very different from the original Lion King movies. It just doesn't mesh well. If I am not looking to like download a song from this movie or re-listen to any of these songs. I just didn't enjoy them. Like I said, they're not memorable. I think there's a song that's supposed to be like I guess a throwback kind of to the original. Like there's like a King song in this movie somewhere. I guess it's supposed to be a throwback to like the original, like I just can't wait to be king, like that. And it didn't do it for me. The villain song I thought was hilarious, not in a good way. It was the bye bye. Like I thought the voice actor was amazing in the song. Like I thought his voice was great in the song, but I thought the villain song itself, it was just like, it was too funny. Like I feel like they maybe wanted it to be a little bit silly because he was like bye bye, you know what I mean? But it was just like, it kind of opened with that and you're just like, what? Like, is this like a like, I don't know. Like I just felt like it was too much embedded in the song. Like I feel like if he had said that at the end, like bye bye at the end, I feel like that would have made more of an impact. But the fact that he was just singing, is the title of the song bye bye? Probably is. But I just felt like him saying bye bye throughout the entire song was just a little silly to me and not much of a villain song. There were some lines throughout the song that I thought were pretty cool, not gonna lie, but I thought the overall song was just not it. Okay, so now I realize I did not say the plot of this movie, but I think it speaks for itself. It's pretty much like the origins of Mufasa and also of Scar, and them pretty much going on a journey to find Malele, which we know to be the Pride Lands in the original movie, and it is going to be the Pride Lands in this movie. And how, you know, Scar and Mufasa met, and how they met all the other characters throughout the movie, including Nala and Zazu and Rafiki. And this is pretty much a retelling of the origins of Mufasa and Scar from Rafiki to Kiara, and we go back and forth from Kiara, Rafiki telling we us seeing Rafiki tell this story to Kiara, and also Timon and Pumbaa, to like the visuals of what was happening as he's telling the story. Since I'm on that topic, I did not enjoy like how they had Kiara reacting to this. Like it kind of reminded me of when I'm watching like a show or a movie with kids and they speak in a way that kids don't necessarily speak, and I just find it a little bit irritating or a little bit annoying, or it's just like it's too much childlike. Like sure, kids speak like kids, but like it was too childlike. Like it kind of reminded me of that, and I was a little bit annoyed. Also, they have her kind of acting like very, very worried about her parents because Simba and Nala went off to like the birthing area because Nala is pregnant with Kiara's little brother who was not present in the Lion King at all, which I guess I think that that's okay because the story was not centered around him, and typically lions do have other cubs, so that was fine. It was whatever. Just thought it was a kind of unnecessary element, but I guess they were trying to push the fact that it's like this line is kind of continuing, and you know Mufasa lives in all of them, so I guess that was kind of whatever. But she seemed very worried about her parents. It was a little bit annoying because it was just like, okay, she's like, oh mom, dad, please come back, and it's just like, what, did they not tell you what was going on? And if they didn't, why? Anywho, and then also with Timon and Pumbaa, like they are supposed to be hilarious characters, very funny characters, you know. I found them insufferable and annoying. Like every time it cut back to them being there and they would give a joke, I didn't find, maybe I giggled at one joke. But for the most part, I don't think I found 99.99% of the jokes funny. I just found it annoying, and I really did enjoy the cutbacks. Like I would have rather just listened to Rafiki do a voiceover and it not even be him telling Kiara the story or Timon and Pumbaa. I wanted to speed by those parts as well, just like I wanted to speed by the singing parts. Now, speaking about Mufasa, so we open the story where Mufasa is with his parents and they're singing about Malele and dreaming of going to Malele. And you know how it's this real place, even though it's like this lore or something that is not really real. Anyways, and as they're dreaming of this, a flood comes in and Mufasa is taken downstream and away from his parents who tried to save him, but they were not able to. And it's clear that Mufasa cannot swim, and as he's in this water, we meet Taka/Scar. And Scar eventually is the one who saves him from the water. He was about to get eaten by a crocodile. And we see, this starts this kind of story where it seems like Scar is always the one to save Mufasa. Like he saves Mufasa multiple times throughout the story. And so the way that Mufasa ends up becoming Scar's brother is he begs his mother to let Mufasa stay with them. And the father, as we see them growing up into teenage lions, I guess, you see that the father does not think of Mufasa as his son. He doesn't ever want Mufasa there. He tells Mufasa to go and live with the females. And while Mufasa's with the females, he learns to hunt. And this is a thing. It's where it's like, it seems like Scar is afraid to hunt and afraid of combat or like, you know, or whatever. And it's just like, I get that it's not real, but also it's like, as a lion, like you're going to know how to hunt. You're going to know how to, I guess, do certain things. And so a little bit annoyed me. They made it seem like Scar was so incapable of certain things. Also annoyed me with the swimming thing with Mufasa throughout the movie, because I'm like, yo, all these years and you didn't learn how to swim. But anyways, also what bothered me was like, I know he was a kid, but it's like Mufasa never even tried to go back and find his parents. He's just like, oh, one day. And then he like, I guess suddenly felt like his parents probably weren't alive anymore. It's like he gave up. It's just like, you never tried to find your parents again. It's just like you just went and lived with Scar. But anywho, so Scar is apparently heir to be the next king, at least in his pride, because there's not one Lion King, which obviously fine, but it's like more so like in the movies it made it seem like there was. I mean, maybe that's just me. But there's a king of every pride. And so Scar is heir to be the next king in his pride, or I guess whatever his next pride is if he leaves his pride. And Mufasa is not heir to be king because I guess him and his parents did not live in a pride. It was just them. I don't know. That wasn't clear. Or maybe they did and he just wasn't the heir, but whatever. So, we move on throughout the movie. We get like a villain, the White Lion, who is pretty much like with all the other White Lions who were outcast from their prides because they were White Lions and they didn't look like the rest of their pride. And so, again, I don't remember his name, but that lion is king of that pride. So, there's a issue that arises where Mufasa is with Scar's mom because they're like hunting and stuff, and then two white lions come and they attack, and Mufasa and the mom fight them off. Scar sees this, he gets scared and he runs back for help, and it results in Mufasa killing one of the white lions, who we'll find out was the White Lion King's son. And so when Mufasa and the mother get back to the pride, it's seen that, Scar is now viewed as, I guess, this coward because he didn't stand up for his mother or help his mother. And his father is all of a sudden upset with him. And it's just like all of this time, it's like you didn't want him to be with Mufasa. You banished him to be with the females, and Mufasa to be with the females where he was learning and growing and gaining courage. And all of a sudden, it's like you're upset with him. So anyway, eventually it's shown that the white lions are going to come to the pride to try and attack because, they're upset about what happened. And so the father sends Mufasa and Scar off. Mufasa's meant to protect Scar. And the father tells Scar that something like deceit is the key to being king, or something like that. And so, they run off, and this whole time they're running away from the white lions. The white lions come and, every now and then they encounter the white lions. They always escape them. On the way, they meet Nala. Scar gains a crush on Nala. They meet Nala and Zazu. We find out that Nala was a princess. Zazu was sent to help him protect her. And then we meet Rafiki, who is also an outsider because he's like a psychic or something. And all the baboons are kind of like, or manjos, whatever, are kind of like want to kick him out because they think that he's crazy or he's causing something terrible to happen to them, which is so weird because it says that they say that he saved them multiple times. But anyway, and so of course throughout their journey they're trying to get to Malele, and the white lions are on their tail. So Scar tells Mufasa he wants to, get to know Nala, and Mufasa gives him some advice. Of course, Scar kind of screws this up. And then later on, we find out that Nala realizes that, you have all these great traits of a great hunter. You have great smell. Like, you're the one that, knows that I smell like duck flowers. It's not Scar. And then, they fall in love. Scar sees this and he gets upset. And this is where we see the turn of Scar. And Scar is like, this makes Scar go to the white lions, because all this time Zazu was covering up their footsteps. But this makes Scar go to the white lions, tell them he's going to help them to kill Mufasa. And so eventually they do get to Malele, the Pride Lands, and the white lions are there. And, we find out that it's because Scar outed them to the white lions because he was upset that Mufasa got his girl that wasn't ever really his girl. And he also feels like, he betrayed him, and like he's supposed to be the king, and all of that stuff. Which, here's where it annoyed me a little bit, because first of all, you never had Nala. Second of all, like, you're king of another pride. They're in a whole new land where it seems like there was no king. There were lions, but there was no king. And so it's just like, you don't have a right to be king here just because you were going to be king of that other pride. And also, like, Nala is a princess. So it's like, okay, maybe if Mufasa does get with Nala, now he becomes some type of royalty. But either way, like, nothing was stolen from Scar besides the girl. And this is the problem that I have with this story. It's like all of this happened because of a girl. And this is the origin story? Like, please stop. And so, they come to the like final battle where White Lion villain is attacking Mufasa. And then at some point earlier in the story, Taka's mother had said to him, "Oh, your moment of courage will come." And it comes in the form of Scar coming to save Mufasa from the white lion attacking him, because he hears that voiceover in his head about, "Oh, your moment of courage will come." And I'm like, that's not a moment of courage. That's a moment of redemption, because he outed Mufasa to them and now he feels bad, so he's saving Mufasa. And so anyways, Mufasa and White Lion end up kind of going for a little tussle in like this deep well of water. And eventually a rock comes, smashes the White Lion, and Mufasa's struggling to get up to the top. And when he does get up to the top, he's grabbing onto the edge, and we see Scar over him. And by the way, when Scar does attack the White Lion, he like smotes him across his eye, and that's where he gets like the scar, I guess. I think that's when that happened. So anyways, he's over Mufasa, and it's like that callback to when Scar actually pushed him over the edge. But this time he pulls him up and saves him. And so now you go back to the outside of Malele, and also by the way, there's a whole like earthquake where I think it's like, oh, the earth will move. It's like no reason why the earth moved, but the earth moved. And that's where we see Pride Rock was formed. And so we know that officially this is the Pride Lands. So anyways, they go back out where all the animals are. And all the animals are like pretty much bowing to him. And Mufasa's like, no, I don't want to be king. I'm not the king. Da, da, da. And, I think Nala or whoever, like, no, like, you did this. You deserve to be king. And that's how he becomes king. And I guess the rest of them kind of want to kick Scar, Taka, out. And Mufasa's like, no, as long as I'm king, my brother will always have a place here. So he doesn't kick him out, which understandably so, because he came back around, came to his senses supposedly, and saved his brother. But how Scar gets the name Scar is not because of scar across his eye, or at least it's not clear. He's like, oh, you don't have to call me by my name anymore. Call me Scar. And he bows to him. And that's where we really hear Scar's like voice come out. And I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, like I hated how he got his name, because it's just like, okay, he gave himself the name as opposed to somebody else saying, you're going to be called Scar because blah, 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 blah. Or, some other cool way. It's like he gave himself the name. Like, don't call me Taka, call me Scar because of what I've done. It's like, oh my gosh. Like, I thought that was so whack. So yeah, like overall, I think out of 10, and I like to rate things out of 10 just because it's easier. I think out of 10, I'm going to give this movie like a 3. And that's because it's Lion King. If it wasn't Lion King, I probably would have gave it a 2. I can't bear to give Lion King lower than a 3. But I'm going to give it a 3. I was severely bored throughout the majority of the movie and very dissatisfied with a lot of the storyline and yeah, the whole origin story. So yeah, I'm giving this movie a 3 out of 10. I'm so sorry if people enjoyed this movie. That's great. I'm happy you enjoyed it. I wish I did. But yeah, y'all, if you have anything to share about your thoughts about this movie, please leave a comment down below. Other than that, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.